Hi Karine, introduce yourself please.
Hi, my name is Karine Arakelyan and I'm a Senior Recruitment Manager for Europe. I was born in Russia, then I lived in Czech Republic for a little bit, then I moved along with my family to London, UK, where I've spent I think like 11 years, and then since 2016 I've been living in Moscow.
Can you say a few words about yourself?
My hobbies, fashion, like history of fashion, art. I really like all sorts of yoga, meditation practices. I guess these are the main ones.
How your hobbies help you in your work?
Meditation and yoga just keeps me calmer because, as in any job, there are situations that are stressful, so maybe a different outlook on those situations helps me stay calm, I would say.
What can you say about the global talent market?
It is a common fact that each region has its own mentality and therefore determines the trends in the market and the main pillars when choosing an employer. For instance, when we're talking about Europe, people value a lot work-life balance compared to the other regions, as one example. Having said that, I'd also like to mention that no matter the region, there are basic rules that can help elevate the company's image and attract the top talent. As a company, you need to step up your recruitment marketing game to keep your place of employment looking forward, thinking and innovative, and a fun environment to work in. Build yourselves up, train your recruiters, communicate, provide clear, concise job descriptions, establish good work culture, ensure good fit, like offer perks, personal fulfillment, career progression opportunities, and so on and so forth. Like examples, having the right culture for the right talent could include opportunities for flexible working, the level of autonomy given to the employees, or even providing a team lunch on a daily or weekly basis. For some, that is important, like personal fulfillment. Employees don't want to feel like they're simply a cog in a large machine. They want to know whether they matter and their work is making an impact. So explain the importance of the role within both the immediate team members and the wider company, highlighting opportunities available for growth, and the voices to be heard. Also work on employer branding activities, strengthen and develop a graduate internship scheme, which we are in process of doing.
How did the pandemic affect your work?
First of all, COVID-19 has changed the hiring needs of most companies, I have to say. However, this impact was very different for different industries. For instance, in most industries, there has been a decline in hiring. In some, the demand for new people has soared. We are the latter case, I must say. During the lockdown, when restrictions were introduced to stop the spread of COVID-19, companies who wanted to continue hiring had no choice but to change their recruitment process. And obviously to adapt to new social distancing norms. In order to protect the health of their recruiters and candidates, as well as their families, companies had to shift their selection process fully online. And I would say that we were greatly affected by the pandemic only a little bit at the beginning, due to the fact that people were scared of the unknown and did not want to take the risk of changing jobs. However, quickly shifted to our benefit because Kaspersky, compared to other companies in my opinion, we did not freeze the recruitment and we continued to hire as normal. We quickly adapted to the new normal and shifted our selection process fully online. We were very efficient in the way we communicated with candidates, as well as onboarding them remotely in various locations across Europe. I would also like to emphasize that information security industry is highly attractive for people to work in and was one of the fields less affected by the pandemic, which gave us an opportunity to hunt for talent that was released on the market due to reorg activities that were actioned by many other companies. And as I hear from a lot of candidates that digital transformation is inevitable, and the pandemic has merely confirmed it. Therefore, we did not feel a shortage of candidates during COVID-19. The pandemic has definitely changed the recruitment industry, the job market, and the way we recruit. And more importantly, many of these changes I think are here to stay. For instance, a further rise of remote work, remote recruiting will become a new normal, and the job market will become truly globalized.
What makes Kaspersky a great employer?
So besides the fact that we are a global and innovative company, we care a lot about our employees. And these are not just words, people really are at the core of our values. For instance, every year our training and development budgets are growing. We're really trying to invest in people because we understand that people make the product and we succeed because of that. We believe that people are at the core of our organization and together we can achieve more. Our culture is very dynamic. We don't shy away from taking bold, extraordinary decisions. We strive to become better and always aim higher. And that's not to say, obviously, that we don't have fun at work.
What do you look in the candidate?
Well, that really varies depending on the role we look for. It is a mixture of hard and soft skills, and with hard skills it's obviously easier because they're specific to each role and you usually can find them in our job descriptions. When we refer to the general profile of an attractive candidate, for us, I guess the list will be, relevant work experience, and I'd like to also say a stable work experience because it's not very good when a person is changing jobs every couple of months. Credibility, and meaning your reputation, because your reputation is important. When we're getting recommendations, referrals from your contacts, make sure that everything you do in your work is consistent to the highest ethical standards. Competence, be good at what you do. Your level of competence will be the single most important factor when determining how successful you are in your career. And this is why I think you must be continually working to maintain and upgrade your level of competence throughout your personal study, all your working life. And here we come to curiosity, because we always want people to stay on top of market trends and developments, who are passionate about their job and who have a real drive for work. We want proactive people, those who prepare and do their homework, like I say, before the interview. A little homework will go a long way, like a little preparation, I mean. When you come for an interview, monitor our website, career pages, read the job spec, understand what your role is about, prepare questions for the interviewer. That will always show your interest in a job. Also communication skills. Remember that a candidate with good interpersonal and communication skills are always preferred. So make sure to work on them. And I know that everybody talks about agility and flexibility, but as much as we hear those trendy words these days, I'd like to emphasize that being flexible and adaptable to new ways of working, especially in large companies, will always serve you well, both at work and in your personal life.
Do you make your decision based on the candidate's social profile?
It is actually a very good question because, first of all, I need to make sure to mention that in some countries it's illegal to check personal accounts. We all have personal accounts these days, like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and it is probably one thing to check LinkedIn because it's directly linked to your career. You can check a person's experience, and companies, and generally learn a little bit more about them. As in regards to Facebook and Instagram, personally, we don't check it because, we do try to stick to the law, and it's also a person's right to have their own space and express themselves there however they see fit, and it doesn't necessarily need to be linked with a job.
Can you give some advice to young professionals trying to start their career?
Well, first of all, you have to realign your day-to-day efforts with the expectations that you have for your future. Don't underestimate the importance of education. Practical intelligence is much higher predictor of success than IQ, so work on it. Don't say if it's meant to be, then it will happen. I say create a clear plan on how you will plan to achieve your goals and continuously work towards that. Remember, persistence is key. Keep always advancing your skills. As it is a very paced industry, it is important to stay on top. Any internships that you can get, any relevant work experience that you can get, always grab it. And also be realistic, because every time you enter an entry-level position, it will consist of a lot of operational and admin duties. And for a lot of young professionals, that seems kind of dull and they don't always want to do that. But this is the only way to grow. You have to start somewhere and you have to understand that this will help you grow as a professional. So just be realistic about that, because we're all started somewhere and we've all done that.
Thank you, and stay safe.